everyone. So for today's podcast, let me start with a question. When last did you wake up feeling actually rested? Not just awake, but actually restored. Because for many adults, sleep deprivation isn't about staying up late. It's about lying awake, waking at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., but never feeling recovered. We normalize it. We joke about running on coffee. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. We tell ourselves, this is just adulthood. This is what it is. But today, I want to gently and honestly talk about what chronic sleep deprivation is really doing to adult brains, bodies, emotions, and relationships. And more importantly, why this is not a personalized failure. It's a nervous system issue. So firstly, what is sleep deprivation? It's not just going to bed late. It's not scrolling on your phone too long. It's not having a busy week. Sleep deprivation, true sleep deprivation, happens when sleep is fragmented, the brain doesn't cycle properly through the deep sleep, and the nervous system never truly switches off fully. Many adults say, I sleep long hours, but I am so exhausted. That tells us that the brain is not restoring itself. Sleep is when the brain clears metabolic waste, consolidates memory, regulates emotional responses, and resets stress hormones. Without this, the brain stays in survival mode. So what does chronic sleep loss actually do to the adult brain? Let's talk about the neuroscience. Well, in a simple way, when adults are sleep deprived, the prefrontal cortex, the logic, the planning, the impulse control, it goes offline. The amygdala, the fear, the threat, the emotional reactivity becomes overactive. So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, you start overreacting to small things. You feel emotionally thin-skinned. Man, that person should not even look at me in that way. Decision-making feels really heavy. You snap, you withdraw, or you just shut down. Anxiety feels a lot louder at night. You hear everything around you. And depression feels hard to shake. You just feel so down 24/7. This is not a weakness. This is a sleep-deprived brain trying to cope. So what is this emotional cost adults don't talk about? One of the hardest parts of sleep deprivation is the identity shift. Adults often say, I don't feel like myself anymore. And sleep loss can actually lead to emotional numbness, loss of motivation, reduced joy, decreased empathy, and just a lower frustration tolerance. And because adults are expected to just cope, many suffer silently, thinking something is truly wrong with them, when in reality, the nervous system is exhausted. So why do adults get trapped in this sleep anxiety cycle? Well, the cycle many adults fall into is poor sleep starts. So it's due to stress, illness, hormones, trauma, or just being a parent. Then you get anxiety. You get anxiety because you don't sleep. Then the brain becomes hyper alert, especially at night. I can hear every single sound. I can see that light switching on. Everything is just too much. Then you try very much to sleep, so your sleep effort increases. And all of that just makes you sleep worse. That is not insomnia because you are bad at sleeping. That is learned hypervigilance. The brain starts associating bedtime with a threat, pressure, I need to do this, or fear of just another bad night in bed. And the harder you try to sleep, the more awake your brain will become because I need to achieve something now. So, why does sleep deprivation actually affect relationships? Sleep deprived adults often withdraw socially. They feel misunderstood. They struggle with patience and they experience increased conflict. Why? Because connection, actual social connection, requires emotional regulation, it requires being present, and it requires capacity. And sleep deprivation drains all three of those. Partners may say, you are just not the same anymore. But what they're actually seeing is a depleted nervous system, not a personality change. And this here is where compassion starts. Here's what I want you to hear clearly today. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not lazy or being dramatic. You are tired, neurologically tired. Healing sleep isn't about forcing earlier bedtimes. You'll just wake up earlier. It's not about just relaxing. It's not another sleep tip reel. It starts with nervous system safety, reducing sleep pressure, rebuilding that trust you have with your sleep relationship, and also addressing anxiety and hyperarousal. Sleep recovery is gentle, structured, and most importantly, very possible. So, in closing, if sleep has been hard lately, try replacing what's wrong with me with what has my nervous system been carrying. Because sleep deprivation is not a personal flaw, it's a signal. And signals deserve listening, not judgment. If this episode resonates with you, you are not alone. Sleep struggles are far more common and far more treatable than we're taught to believe. Rest is not a reward. It's a biological need, and you deserve it.